Hey, it's Jalil with the Tunk Canvas, and this is one of my favorite paintings I've done, and hope you guys enjoy this video. So here's my palette from left to right: burnt umber, French ultramarine, cadmium red, cadmium lemon, titanium white, and those are my main 5 colors that you'll probably see in every palette of mine. And I added burnt sienna and sort of a specialty color, transparent red ochre, or also known as transparent red oxide. Just a very strong color, earthy color that I like. Like every painting, I begin with toning my canvas, and to do so I just use some burnt umber and some paint thinner, and then I wipe it away with a paper towel. Yeah, this painting ended up being one of my favorites by far, and I don't know what it is about it. Maybe the simple composition, but or how the green looks of the plants off of that warm background, but I just ended up liking the way how it turned out. So, like most paintings I do actually, I painted in the background and the foreground first. It just helps me, you know, lock in everything that I need to focus on. And I start with the simplest shapes first. In most cases, those are the shapes closest to the background, so I go from back forward usually. But in this case, I'm like, okay, let me just get these pots out the way, and then I'll worry about the plants later. Since they're all green, I have to just be mixing greens. Let me just do those at the same time. So this one was the easiest. Just very dark shadows in that cactus and light highlights, so, and pretty much just one color, so that wasn't too bad. But this guy, I had to really make sure that I had to capture that light and that luminosity off the plant, which, you know, I was a little bit intimidated at first, but I ended up getting to where I wanted. And this is my favorite little aloe plant. When it comes to these still lifes, I don't know. I like doing plants or some sort of unique bottles. It just captures my attention. And if you enjoy painting something, you might as well keep painting it. You don't have to paint what other people want you to paint or anything like that. Because as long as you're having fun painting, it doesn't even feel like you're doing any work at all sometimes. Alright, I've laid down the foundation and everything. Now it's to the fun part, adding those bright highlights. Now I'm not using pure titanium white. Oh, and don't be distracted by the the blue green of the tip of the brush. That's from mixing all those greens of the plants, so it kind of stained the brush, which, you got to deal with sometimes. But yeah, here I just have like a muted white going. You always want to save your best highlights for last. So that's what I'm doing here. Yeah, I would say it was kind of difficult to judge the highlights in these areas because when you're looking at it, everything just looks super bright, and obviously not everything's white, so it's kind of hard to gauge the values of everything. There's just slight differences. But as long as you get, get those slight differences in there, it'll look like there's light reflecting off of it, or light's dispersing throughout the object, whatever you're going for. Alright, this was my favorite one to paint. The highlights on was just pretty much just lines. And again, I'm not using pure white yet, but we're getting closer to that. Maybe what I like about this painting is how the light reflects off the plants and how the light looks like it's being absorbed underneath on the plants, and that light showing through the leaves. Alright, so I let the painting dry for about, a few days or to a week. And what I put on here is retouching varnish. You can't really varnish a painting until 6 months to a year after you paint it, but retouching varnish you can put on once the painting is touch dry. This is very handy if you perhaps have a commission and you obviously don't have time to wait for that to 6 months to wait if someone wants it then and there. So that's my tip. Just use retouching varnish if you're short on time. Alright. So here I am finishing it off. And this is how the painting came out. Now if you enjoyed that, please feel free to subscribe. And if you want to see any other of my videos, I do time lapses every Wednesday. Thanks for watching.